and we will start off with the NDP. So of course we're really focused on real estate. That's what the show is about. So some of the highlights that the NDP that we are going to talk about and they have on their platform is to create at least 500,000 units of quality, affordable housing over the next decade, with half of the homes built within 5 years. Of course, we don't know how they're going to do these things, but this is their platform, and that's what we did last week, and that's what we're doing this week with our 3 other parties here. And the second point is that they're going to reintroduce 30-year terms to Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation insured mortgages on entry-level homes for first-time buyers, allowing for smaller monthly payments. And then they're going to do double the home buyer's tax credit to $1,500. So that's what they're promoting. Of course, we know that a lot of what the parties say they want to do, whether they do them or not, is another story. But what's really important is knowing the history and what they've done in the past and how they've showed true to what they said they would do, and if they actually did it, and where their platforms are. So if you're familiar with the parties, then you're familiar with what they do. But the fourth thing that the NDP has on their radar is that they're going to place a 20% foreign buyers tax on the sale of homes to non-Canadians and non-permanent residents. And so NDP DJ from Chilliwack, he is quoted to say, Chilliwack and Hope is experiencing high rates of population growth while simultaneously seeing skyrocketing rents, not unlike other areas, demo evictions, and ballooning home prices. And so that is the case with every area, really. We know that. He says, I believe the most effective federal strategy to increase housing and rental affordability would be to mandate a percentage of affordable homes and units be required in new builds and Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation rules. So that's CMHC. So there's a lot of aspects, a lot of legs and arms that have to do with ideas and how things implement and what they do. But that is the quote from DJ Poll from Chilliwack, NDP. And so the Green Party, so we've got 3 parties we're speaking about today. And next, the Green Party has not yet released its 2021 platform at the time that I got my information a few days ago, but instead plans to unveil its commitments in pieces throughout the campaign. Well, we're really close. We're having elections. Pre-elections was last weekend, where you can elect early. And however, the following are the priorities that have so far been posted on the party's website and communicated by their leader. So the first is declare a national housing and homelessness emergency and establish a national moratorium on evictions. Second is to create a residential heirs assistance program. Third is to refocus the core mandate of the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, which is CMHC, towards supporting development of affordable nonprofit housing. And then their platform is to implement a retroactive residential tenant support benefit and to create a Minister of Housing to oversee these policies. So that is where the Green Party stands on real estate rights. And then last political party we will speak about is a People's Party government. So relatively, the People's Party government hasn't been in every election, but with everything that's been happening lately, we've got some information on that party and where they stand. So substantially reduce the immigration quotas is what they want to do, from about 400,000 planned by the Liberal government down to 100 to 150,000 per year, and that this will help reduce demand for housing and cool down these markets, especially in the large cities where most immigrants settle. And a People's Party government will modify the Bank of Canada's inflation target from 2% to 0%. This will cool down inflation in all sectors, including housing. and stop funding social housing, which unfairly competes with private developers and has historically been a financial, social, and urban planning disaster in every city where it's become widespread. It is not the government's role to build and rent apartments. Dependency on government handouts is never the solution. And revitalize or dismantle the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, which is CMHC. It's a mammoth government agency that fuels the housing crisis instead of helping to cool it down. All it has ever done is encourage Canadians to buy houses they can't afford and accumulate massive amounts of debt that the federal government and ultimately Canadian taxpayers will be responsible for. And the PPC quote in Chilliwack from Robert said, he has said, first and foremost, our immigration policies must not exacerbate the problems Canadians are already struggling with. He has said reducing immigration to less than 150,000 per year will help address the housing crisis because it will reduce demand within our housing market. So this is the people's, the PPC. So these are just quick little segments, not segments, but quick little spurts of kind of where they stand. But there's so much more that has to be explained per point that they have, because how are you going to do that? Why do you see that helping? And then all the legs and all the things that happen because of everything that they stand on. So I find it very, very important and interesting, and it's for all of us to take the time. Time is of the essence. I mean, we're all busy. I don't care what you do or who you are or even what age you're at, really. Time is so important for all of us, and to be able to really know where each party stands and how they're going to help you and your family better your life, better your quality of life. That's what it comes down to. And so it's really important to really know who you're voting for and that you do vote. And these are the times you really need to take aside and take that time to learn what each party stands for and vote what's best for you and your family and your loved ones.